Exclusive behind-the-scenes look at music's biggest night. That is the 64th Annual Grammy Awards. As part of our Road to the Grammy series, we're hearing from the executive producers of this year's show, as well as Brothers Osborne, who have received 2 nominations this year. Anthony Mason met up with the duo during the first day of rehearsals at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and that is where Anthony is this morning. Anthony, good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, you all. This is where the nominees are going to be sitting come Sunday night here in Vegas. Back in January, of course, Omicron forced the Grammys to change plans just weeks before the broadcast. They pushed the awards back to April, moved them from Los Angeles here to Las Vegas, and all that made producing this incredibly complex live show even more challenging.
I think what we're trying to do this year is create still that intimacy that we had last year, where it doesn't feel like you're just in rows and rows and rows of people. And also, you know, you're near to this stage over here because that's where people are going to come up and get their awards.
Ben Winston, who ran the Grammys for the first time last year during the pandemic, has been reimagining the epic awards show.
And so what we've done is we've essentially, it's smaller tables, they're sort of like 4 tables with nice lights on them, and obviously that gives us the ability to change the mood in the room.
We were wondering what these were.
They're speakers, so you can hear what's going on.
Ah, okay.
Otherwise, how would you be able to speak?
I thought it was like a camera was going to be on everybody and everything.
Yeah, no, we're going to film exactly. Everyone wants to know what J Balvin's going to eat, and so we're just putting a little. We're going to be able to cut to what he eats at any moment. Yeah, no, this is so you can hear it.
Is there a lot of politics that goes into who you put where?
There might be. There might be. There might be a bit of politics. There's a bit of politics to everything when you're doing a show like this. There's politics to, like, you know, who goes where in the running order, who sits where, what awards go where.
This is our first day of our tech rehearsal and our on-stage rehearsal.
So is this pretty hairy right now?
It's gonna get dicey.
Co-executive producer Janae Ruzan Clay took us backstage.
This is kind of our presenter walkout space. We've got a little bit of our set here.
So all the sets come through back here?
Yes, so we have 16 performances on the show this year, and all of them, or I should say a good portion of them, have huge sets, so they all have to be stored here and then seamlessly moved back and forth to get them onto the stage.
I'm looking at it, we're behind the screens.
Yes.
So this is all electronics.
All electronic screens. I mean, it's massive. Our set is completely new this year.
1, 2, 1, 2. On that new set Sunday, Brothers Osborne will be giving their first solo Grammys performance.
2 Grammy nominations, performance, big night?
Huge night, absolutely. So a little bit of pressure, too.
Well, you're in a betting town. How do you feel about your odds?
I've never bet on myself, but I'm always surprised, though.
I mean, I think that's also the beauty of being able to perform, because having that opportunity on such a huge platform as the Grammys, it's a win already. So there's going to be a lot to celebrate.
Now, we've seen the Grammys get moved. I mean, how is it in the middle of all this for you?
We really were praying. We're like, oh, my God, we have this huge opportunity, this huge nomination, and this huge performance moment. And then they're talking about moving the Grammys around. I'm like, if this doesn't happen, I'm going to lose my
The Grammys were moved this year to a smaller venue, the MGM Grand Garden Arena, because of COVID.
You had to change gears right in the middle of planning for all this. How much did that mess things up for you?
It was a complete shift.
Raj Kapoor and Jesse Collins are also on the executive producing team.
How late into the process are you still changing things?
I mean, the show's Sunday.
Yes.
We haven't locked anything, so we've got 4 minutes figured out. Solid. Then we got, 3 hours and 26 minutes.
Today we start seeing what people have been working on for months. There's acts on our show that have more than 100 people. So, like J Balvin has 64 dancers.
Right.
And then when you put that with the stylists and the artists and the creatives and their video teams, and it's like there's 100 people walking in our door for one performance.
Yeah, just for one act.
Yeah.
It's live TV. Anything can happen.
Yes, it can.
You look at what happened at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Did you worry about that?
Yeah, of course I did. It made me feel quite sick. But I think it made everyone feel. I couldn't work out if I felt really sad by it because we had this a week later, or just because it was a really sad moment. You know what it does? It gives you a little jolt of going, we are going into live TV here, so what do we do if X, Y, and Z happens? And I think it just makes you have that conversation so that you're more ready for things when it can go right or wrong.
What is the most intense and scary part of this show for you?
About a minute to go. I think a minute to go, you feel like you're walking off a cliff edge and you don't know if you're going to fly or fall.
Yeah.
My partner in my company, James Corden, said to me recently about this show when he hosted it, and he said to me, the downside of doing this show is you say something wrong and your career's over.
Yes.
The upside is 7 nice emails afterwards. And I sort of get what he means, and I feel a similar way being the producer of this show and one of the producers of it, is that, like, if it goes wrong, everyone will talk about it.
Yeah.
And if it goes really well, people will go, oh, yeah, good job.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
that's it.
It's so true. If you've ever been in the room for the Grammys, it's like watching a small miracle happen. There's so many sets that have to be switched out in seconds or minutes, so many moving parts, so much that could go wrong. And what's remarkable, guys, is that it so rarely does.
Yeah, that's good, Anthony. What a great producing team, though. You got Jesse Collins. Ben Winston is a super-duper producer. You know, Anthony, he produced that whole Adele thing. He's got a very good track record.
That's right.
But I was wondering, too, the question you asked, they had to be a little nervous based on what happened with the Oscars. So the vibe in Las Vegas, how do you describe it compared to what you normally see in L.A.?
Well, it's L.A. The whole town is excited. I got to tell you, it's kind of weird because, like, the guy who drove me here this morning said, why are you going to the MGM Grand? And I said, the Grammys. And he goes, the Grammys are here? You know, they got a lot going on in this town.
Yeah. I do like what Jesse Collins said, though. For people who don't know live TV, we've got about 4 minutes figured out. That is exactly how it happens.
A lot to look forward to. 16 live performances.
Vlad, they literally started rehearsals yesterday. I mean, that's the thing that amazes me. This whole show's going live on Sunday. The first performance rehearsals were yesterday. And, you know, they have to put it all together in the next few days.
I love seeing you and the Brothers Osborne together, Anthony, because I know you guys are really tight. Did you ask TJ about his new hair color?
No, I didn't. I was a little surprised, too, Gayle, I have to tell you. I'm so rooting for them. They're up for 2 awards, Best Country Album, Best Pop Duo Performance. Fingers crossed for them. I love the other nominees, too, but I hope they have a great year.
I do, too.
We do, too. Anthony.
It's a Friday in Las Vegas. Don't rush home.
Exactly. Stay, enjoy the fun. Anthony Mason, thank you very much, as always.